first time.
It'll
It never
work.
works the
It'll
first
work.
time. It's working the first time.
Oh my God.
You're some sort of good
We're
luck
on.
charm. I think it's because we're in Seneca.
Oh,
Hang on.
Whoopsie.
All right, I'm going to fire this intro up. The video won't be able to hear it, but that's how it goes. Just hanging out in the car. Just rolling.
Just
Live
rolling.
podcast, Bull-NA-ChinaShop TV.
One more time.
We're going to get to rolling here in a minute once this intro's done playing.
What do you guys want to talk about?
Oh, look at that. I got a notification from myself. Derek Scotland's in the building, apparently.
I think it says Jamie Sweet sent you a meme.
Yo! Did it say Jamie Sweet is now
Sent
joining
you
us?
a meme.
Hey, Jamie, how you feel about the Bully Bus pet transportation? I know you use Kasie Hicks quite a
I
bit.
do. I really love the Bully Bus. The service is fast, and that's what I like because I'm not really crazy about ground shipping in the first place because it
Right.
takes a long time. So Kasie is fast and
Super reliable.
she will let you know what's going on the entire, anytime you want to know. She is super duper on updates, and I like that too.
Yeah, she has no problem staying in contact. All your pet transportation needs, licensed and insured, inside the U.S. only, but coast to coast, border to border, Canada to Mexico, East Coast to West Coast.
Good people too.
Contact Kasie Hicks, spelled with a K, K-A-S-I-E, on Facebook, or call 863-618-8081, or visit the Bully Bus Pet Transport page on Facebook. You guys having trouble shipping puppies now that United's fucking everybody? Go ahead and get with the Bully Bus Pet Transport.
You know what else I like about the Bully Bus? I've known Kasie for a long time, and she knows dogs, and if there was a problem,
Yep.
Kasie could handle it, And
Yeah, it's not like something where, a dog has a sneeze, has one sneeze and a piece of wood chip in its poop, and you got somebody calling you like the dog's dying.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, if there is something serious, she's on the phone with you instantly, and it's, I don't know, I can't say enough good things about the Bully Bus Pet Transport.
very good at what they do.
Jose from New Jersey, Chris from Scotland. We got a bunch of international people on the show already. Also, New Vet Plus vitamins. All breeds, all ages, no artificial flavors or fillers or ingredients. One bottle is 90 Vita wafers. One wafer for everything between 5 and 100 pounds. Anything over 100 pounds, you give two vitamins. Anything under 5 pounds, you split one in half. So one bottle is a 3-month supply. It's good for helping build immune systems, puppy development, bone structure. It's good for whelping moms, nursing moms, increase milk, helps the female bounce back, and helps your breeding stud increase stud count or sperm count and motility. All around a really good, all encapsulating multivitamin. Something I've been using on every breeding age dog and adolescent dog while they're growing, just to help them grow. And now, as of last week, you can use order code 87981, and the show, the Bull-NA-ChinaShop podcast, will get a little kickback. So if you guys haven't yet, visit newvet.com and be sure to ask about the auto ship program for your puppy's health and immune system, for your stud sperm count, and for your female's litter size. Best possible thing I can recommend as far as a multivitamin is New Vet Plus. And it's not just because we're getting a kickback. I use it every single day. I give it to all the breeding age dogs and adolescent dogs every single day. So that's those upcoming events. Yeah, you thought we were done? We are not. We are not done. Upcoming events, May 26th, the Atlanta Bully Barbecue.
Bully Barbecue.
We will be in attendance, right? I think we're driving down, right?
Oh, we're driving.
Well, I think,
Okay, yeah.
do you want to take dogs or no? I mean, we can fly. I have no problem flying.
I think we should fly. It's gonna be, I think we should just fly.
Yeah, 15 hours sucks anymore, to be honest with you. I have no problem being on the road, but 15 hours sucks. May 26th, Atlanta Bully Barbecue, 3 ABKC shows and a fun show. Clayton County International Park, bring your own booth, hosted by Atlanta Kennel and Hard Body Bullies. If you guys know anything about Atlanta Kennel, Rachel and Austin, Hard Body Bullies, Errol and Perlina, these guys have been throwing events for a long time, always quality events.
Always a good time.
The competition will be high. You know, there'll be a little bit of a party atmosphere in the air, so I think we'll have a good weekend. And like I said, we
Guarantee
are
you'll
planning
laugh
to attend.
while you're there.
Yeah, if
I
you
love
don't
that
have
show. It's good. It's good people and having a good time.
The Bully Company, Carlos is in the building. What's up, Carlos? Thanks for hanging out with us. Now, after May 26th, you've got June 2nd, the second annual Magic Bully Canada ABKC show. That's in Grenville, Quebec, Canada, hosted by Matthew Kahn. You can contact Matthew for any booth or detail information. July 21st, Euro Nationals, Royal Highland Centre in Edinburgh, Scotland, multi-breed event, hosted by Team ABKC UK. Junior handlers for all shows. Both judges. I say all shows. There's 2 shows. Both judges are good people that I would show my dogs under. Rolando and I believe Roberto. Who's not 100% about that. Contact Sean Main, Derek Morris, or William Byrne for information about that. August 25th in Sydney, Australia. Contact Suzette about that. September 1st, ABKC Art of Thailand show is back. I will be attending both of those, Australia and Thailand. September 29th, ABKC Ireland benefit show for the Laura Lynn Foundation. War of the Bullies, it's called, Dublin, Ireland. Cash prizes, multi-breed event. Contact Carl Carney on that. All proceeds from this show, from the ABKC Ireland War of the Bully show, all proceeds, 100% of the proceeds is going to the Laura Lynn Foundation. I have no idea what the fucking foundation's for, but he's given every bit of the money to the foundation. Doesn't even fucking matter what it's for, unless it's his own foundation, which I don't think it is. Carl's a pretty good guy. If it is your foundation, Carl, fuck yourself. But I'm sure it's not. But he's given 100% of the proceeds to that Laura Lynn Foundation, so that's a good cause. That's going to be a big one in Dublin. Last time I was in Dublin, I spent an entire weekend drinking Jameson in the Temple Bar in Dublin, which I didn't realize the Temple Bar is like a huge tourist trap, basically. So every alcoholic beverage cost me like 3 times as much as it should have if I would have just walked 2 blocks down the street.
You're good at that, though.
And participated in some local festivities. Instead, I stayed at the tourist bar and watched all the ridiculous drunk tourists.
$1 million bottle of Crown that we weren't supposed to open.
Yeah, that shit was so good too. In Vegas at the hotel, where I wasn't supposed to open that bottle. Yeah, for sure.
To open that.
That was fuck that.
Just hit it.
I was living a movie that weekend. Fuck that.
That was a movie, all right.
So how you been, Jane? We haven't done a podcast in like 5 or 6 episodes.
I know. Well, I'll tell you what. I never thought I would be such a squirrely grandma about my grandkids. Really, I mean.
Oh, that's right, because you went down to,
so I got to go see
Texas,
them.
right?
Yeah, I did. I got to go see him, and you know, I was just around one dog for the whole week, and just the kids. It was crazy. So, you know, coming back, I was kind of refreshed a little bit.
Yeah, especially. See, I don't think that's one thing I think a lot of people don't quite grasp is how taxing it is to have as many dogs as we have, because I feel like a lot of people, especially a lot of these guys watching the channel, are kind of in the intermediate as far as numbers go. Maybe 6 dogs, maybe 8 dogs, maybe 10 max. You know, some people, I'm sure there's definitely people watching that have bigger operations, but it takes a toll. You don't feel like you get to go anywhere. You don't feel like you get to do shit. And we're lucky. I mean, we're lucky though.
We're very lucky.
Where we can go.
Yeah,
do
and
shit.
we have good help, and it's all people we trust. But you know, when you do have that many dogs, you know, everything costs more.
Right.
That reminds me, I have to order dog food.
Bobby Human says he's got 4 adults and 5 pups.
5 pups.
So that's 9 total. You keeping all the pups, Bob? The whole litter? You're gonna shut that whole litter down? Done that. Been there. I know Jamie has too. That's a lot.
Oh,
it's basically
God, yeah.
doubling your numbers, especially if you're at that level where you have 4 adults. You want to keep 3 or 4 pups out of a litter. You just doubled your fucking numbers. You doubled the mouths to feed.
But I mean, you know, it's when you're big like that. You know, a lot of times people are like, "Oh, why do you get so mad?" Or, you know, it's big. It's huge. You know, it's not just 2 dogs in.
Don't worry about the rumble strips, people. We're all fine.
I do get on them every once in a while.
That was a car. That wasn't Jamie's fault. For the people listening on the audio only, I apologize for the background noise. Not a whole lot we can do about it. The audio quality's not going to be fantastic. We're in a fucking car. Actually, we're in the infamous Town and Country. The ultimate dog van. On the way to, I believe we're going to drop something off or meet Bully at the airport or something.
Yes, we have a little dog back there. And he is going to Copenhagen.
A little Denmark action. That's going to be fun. Bully's delivering it. That's the Bully in the Bag flight nanny service. We seem to be giving that motherfucker free shout outs every week somehow.
How do we always do that?
If you guys have Christopher James on your Facebook, just message him to harass him. Don't act like you need something moved, because that's fucked up. We don't want any tire kickers out there or any kind of scammers. But just message him and tell him that I said, fuck yourself. Just said, Ty Lumley said, fuck yourself, and it'll make me so happy when he texts me and says, hey, why are all these people messaging me telling me to fuck myself? I will be the happiest person on the planet. So if you could do that, that's the cost that Bully the Kid pays for free shout outs on the podcast.
You know?
But how great is that, though, having somebody that we can just call and say, hey, listen, I got a dog going here.
You know what? I love that too. I'm so spoiled now.
With transport.
Because I did it all myself before.
Yep.
You know, you're on the phone for 40 minutes and, you know. And I want to tell you this. When United did their thing, Shorty Bulls made the list. Shorty Bulls made the list.
Really? Whoopsie fucking daisy, people.
Well, I mean, that's official.
Yeah, that's official shit. That's how you know.
Shit.
That's how you know. Julie actually said, good job, Jamie, teaching that guy the ropes about American Bulldogs. I feel like that's something Jamie does a lot. I feel like that's something that you're doing a lot. You have a lot more patience with people online than I do. And it's not because people message me and ask me why I don't respond to a lot of comments. It's not because I'm like stuck up or I feel like I'm too good for that shit. It's just because I don't have the fucking patience to do it. I wish I did. I wish I could sit down and take 2 or 3 hours and just respond back to everybody. And I tried to after the podcasts, but
a lot of it is.
I used to, you'll write out nice, nice topics, and you'll have 4, 5, 6 paragraphs where you really get into detail.
I think people really don't like that though, but I just like to write.
I think the opposite. I think people, maybe not. You might not get 300 fucking likes, but you at the same time you might get 100 comments where you're going back and forth, and 5 or 6 people are responding, and you're having a conversation.
Yeah.
That's just as valuable as having somebody 300 likes on a fucking picture that nobody comments on.
Right. I'd rather have, people comment and ask questions and, talk about it and share experience.
you're more patient with the actual conversation than I am. You're more patient with the back and forth than I am, because I when I write things, I'm even more kind of brash than I am in person, and I'm kind of a harsh person in person, in real life. So when people read my shit online, sometimes they take it even harsher than what I mean it, and a lot of that is insecurities on their end and being defensive, and it goes into a whole Freudian fucking thing. But I just don't have the patience you do with that back and forth, and I think you're really good at it.
Some days I don't. And you know, it's just, if people want to learn, they want to share, and they want to, you know, that's fine. If we're going to get on, you know, all the rest of the stuff, then I'm not really going to do that, you know. And I don't mind a debate on Facebook either. We can keep it on the subject.
Right, on topic,
you know.
Semi-respectable. But I think a lot of times people,
I mean, I don't care what you say with the dog thing. But
she doesn't care if it gets disrespectful.
Well, I mean, I don't care. I just don't want to hear, just keep it on the dogs. I don't care what you call the dog or whatever.
Right.
I just don't want to hear, I don't like it when it goes elsewhere. I think it's weak and shitty. So.
Yeah, I think but that comes with the amount of time we've been doing this shit. Same thing with the traveling with 15 hours in a car. Same kind of thing with going to this Atlanta Bully Barbecue, which I think we should talk a little bit about that, because this is the first show that Atlanta Kennel has thrown in a while, and kind of stepping out and going back to the outdoor and the barbecue kind of situation and scenario. I love that shit.
I do too. That's nice. It's fun. I think it's a good thing.
I just judged that show for Pat up in Maryland, and it was the same kind of thing. Outdoor, kind of a horse pavilion, open air. You know, food everywhere. People, you know, having a good time, smiles and laughs, and people checking out dogs. It just kind of felt like, and it was a pretty big show still, so it just kind of felt like, you know, nostalgic almost, because we haven't really had a lot of those scenarios and situations.
Well, we do go to a lot of shows, and we're so busy, you know, and everybody's running, loading crates and this, that we don't get to just sit around and
pictures. If we take dogs with us and take pictures for 30 minutes straight sometimes.
Yeah.
Which I'm definitely not complaining about that. It's just a lot of, you know, I remember when I first started showing, one of the first shows that I can really remember off the top of my head is the Allentown event. I think it was like Peace, Love, and Bully Fest 1, which they're like 8 years in now, some fucking crazy thing, 6 years or 7 years. But I think it was like a Allentown Peace, Love, and Bully Fest 1. I had Francesca there, and I had Rain there, and I had this XL dog named Cronus there that we champed out. And I don't know, people are calling, that's my bad. But I remember I had 5 or 6 dogs there, and that was the first time I really kind of clicked in my head what we were all there for.
Really?
It wasn't, we're not there to get a fucking blue ribbon. That's not why we're there. We're there to network and communicate and market and just build a camaraderie with everyone else in the building, because we all share this same common interest, which would be the dogs. You know, and I think I definitely want the events to be focused on the show. I definitely want the show to be the central and focal point of the event. But at the same time, I think a lot of people are losing grasp of the fact that these events we're there to fucking build relationships with people. We're not there to cut each other's throat over a 30-cent blue fucking ribbon.
Okay, but I really like to seriously compete when I compete.
No, I'm not. And
I mean, like,
competition.
Really seriously.
Competition doesn't have to be cutthroat though either.
No.
It could be friendly competition and still be like hardcore. Like when we go in the ring, I want to beat your ass.
Right.
But as soon as we walk out of the ring,
do you think most people want to compete that hard? That's what I want to know.
But yes, no, I don't. No,
I don't think so.
No, I don't.
I think that's gone.
And I also think people don't understand that it's the judge's decision. It doesn't have anything to do with Joe Shit the Ragman. He might have got a first place with a shitty dog, but that's not his fucking fault. That's the judge that you're showing on.
That's Joe's fault.
That's not Joe shit the rag man's fault. That's
Right.
you know, that's the judge made the choice.
Yeah, sure.
So why are we angry at each other because my dog beat your dog or your dog beat my dog? Why the fuck are you mad at me? It's not my fault. Joe shit the rag man beat me too. You know what I'm saying? I got said. I'm just saying, like, I feel like we're losing a little bit of what the fucking essence of the shows is about.
Well, it's all changed, you know. Like it always. I mean, everything changes, but you know, it is. It is.
But
The whole world's changing. The whole way we do
100%.
dogs is changing.
The way we do life. The way we do life is changing. It's different now than even it was. If you think 15 years ago, there was no iPhone, there was no Facebook, there was no Instagram, there was no Snapchat, there was barely Google 15 years ago.
I remember when we had a one bag phone, and like I went to the first ABKC show I went and I got to take the bag phone.
Oh, like the first cell phone that was in a bag?
It was in a bag, like a leather bag in it. Laid down on the floor and it had like huge cords.
I would literally pay
like,
money.
Don't use the bag phone.
If
I'm gonna
they
get you a
have
bag
a picture
phone
of you
with
that
the bag phone.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Yeah, I was really thought I was.
Did we hit Hiawatha yet? Because this
No.
live's gonna cut off for sure. After
No, we didn't.
Hiawatha.
But what else did you want to talk about? Because we're not too far.
But I think a lot of it has to do with Facebook. People are spending a lot more time.
Well, here's what I don't like about Facebook, okay? Everybody has the same voice. You know? Somebody can put a post up. Whether you know anything or you don't know anything, you just put it on there. You know?
Or do a live video or do anything like that. But I think a lot of it is people are creating a perspective on what's going on by what they see on Facebook and solely what they see on Facebook or Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Instagram is bad though, because it's limited to 1 minute clips, and if you're going to go live, it has to be in your story, and that's I think more personal than Facebook, in my opinion. But I think, especially with Facebook and with the lives and with everything that's going on, people are judging what they see on Facebook and creating a personal perspective from what they're seeing on Facebook without any kind of actual real world knowledge or experience or just even go to a show one time. And that's going to change a little bit of your perspective. But I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that people are spending so much time creating these illusions. I don't know if they're illusions or delusions, but creating these illusions from what they see on Facebook. And it's always kind of been a problem with like the MSM boards and the Lead Edge boards with the pictures. People have been photoshopping pictures and doing tricks with pictures and videos forever, since this American Bullies and Shorty Bulls and fuck even oldies and shit. Like, people have been doing that forever. But I think the fact that now we have such a big slice of, you know, the game, quote unquote, the game, comes from Facebook, from what you see Facebook.
It is a game. Why do people get offended when it's called the game?
No, I'm saying quote unquote. When I mean
I know, but
the
you know,
game, I'm saying
I've had
everything that goes into it.
I've had people say that, like, call it the game. Yeah.
Well, life is a fucking game, really. I mean, if you want to be somebody in life, you're gonna have to play some sort of game, for sure. But what I'm saying is, like, I just feel like Facebook is ruining the image that some people have of the dog world, because those people won't get the fuck out from behind their phone and go to a show, or just go be a part of one of these events.
Yeah, do something, you know.
Doesn't even have to be an ABKC show. Just go to a fucking show. Go to a UKC. Everybody knows how I feel about the UKC. Go to a fucking UKC show. Go to an AKC show. Just get out and go to a show and see what's going on in the real world, because I guarantee some of your opinions are going to change.
Yeah,
maybe not your overall philosophy on how the world works, but your perspective is definitely going to be a little different when you see 30, 40 junior handlers, and you can kind of see the future of what we're doing in these younger 1 to 2, 2 to 3 year old dogs, and how nice some of these dogs are, that we're going to be moving forward with. That's going to instantly change your perspective a little bit. Don't you think? Just getting out and...
Oh, yes, it always does. Once you get out and go and, and you can feel the vibe of the show, too.
Conversation with somebody instead of a back and forth through text on Facebook.
Well, I'm old enough that, I always want to see the dogs in person. And, I mean, pictures can do a lot. And I just want to see it. I want to see how it acts and how it moves. And,
right.
All that stuff. So, I do that. But, I don't know. I think there's just a lot of things changing. And, I thought we had our animals humanized, seriously before. But I think that's even...
Oh, yeah. It's getting way out of fucking control.
Yeah, it is. And
Fur Mom Syndrome. I'm actually going to make a t-shirt that says Fur Mom Syndrome on it. I don't know if you guys can see my new Strong and Pretty t-shirt. I don't know if you guys know about that. Derek Lewis, I actually just want to say something about a comment that was just made. Derek Lewis said he's not in the bully world, or not new to the bully world, and loves the live streams and knows where to go if he needs information on the American Bully. Derek, I love your face, man. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Sometimes we love doing this shit. Now, there's only been 2 podcasts this month. I took 2 weeks off.
You've been taking off too.
I just don't have anything to fucking say. I don't have, I have a lot to say. Just
we
none
always
of it's
have a
positive.
lot to say.
I just don't want to, if you don't have anything nice to say, you shut the fuck up. So I just kind of been a little discouraged about what the fuck's going on. A little discouraged about what I'm seeing.
And it's a little bit boring right now for some reason. Maybe because summer's coming on. I don't know, but I've been feeling like it's just kind of like old reruns and stuff.
Yeah, well, it's the same thing every day, over and over.
Yeah.
It's the same exact thing you see on Facebook and social media. And then the last couple events that I did go to, I seen some really fucking questionable decisions. And I'm not one to question judges' decisions, because it's such a subjective thing that we do.
I am. But I very much am.
At the same time, if I look at a class of dogs, there's 8 dogs in the ring, and I say, this is my top 3, that's the last place, and then I see last place get put up in first place, it blows my fucking mind.
And that's what I mean.
We're having technical difficulties with the tripod
somewhere. Oof. I guess that means I need to shut up about that.
Seriously.
That was like the Adjustment Bureau, just putting that hair in my mouth to shut it.
Did you just say the Adjustment Bureau like we were talking about 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's frustrating and it's discouraging. Well, and I don't want to come on here and fucking bitch and complain, because that's not how I roll.
But still,
there's a lot of changes being made.
We got to pull it together.
There's a lot of changes being made.
It's not that freaking hard.
The next few months, this summer.
Yeah.
There's going to be some stuff changing. We're just going to be doing some different things. There's going to be a couple events that I was planning on going to that I'm not going to be able to go to. There's going to be some things that I wasn't planning on going to that I am now.
The FedEx truck's going to get right in the back.
Now on board with.
You're going to? You're not going.
What? Australia and Thailand are back-to-back weekends now. So I'm going to hit both of those and try to cover both of those and get some good content out for everybody. Probably do a podcast in Australia. I'm not sure about Thailand, because I'm not sure who's judging over there yet. If somebody's judging that I would like to have a conversation with, of course we're going to do a podcast there too. Do some videos and shit, and some, the Snapchat and all that. But I really feel like we got to focus on getting people out from behind their computers and actually into these events. And I was against the live videos at shows at first because I knew the people that were only coming to the show to put eyes on the event to figure out what they can hate on, they don't have to even come now. They can just sit on Facebook Live and see whatever they, or see what they see and make their opinions off of that. I don't know. We got to get the numbers at the events. I feel like we got to get them up, and a lot of that I think has to do with the number of events we're having, on top of the all access view now that we have from the Facebook Lives.
Right. Yeah, it's changing everything.
Everything's changing, and I'm not like a old fucking man in his rocking chair waving my cane at people. That's not what I'm saying. The new generation. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we have to adapt and we have to adjust to the new way of doing shit. You just have to. It's how it is. It's how it's always been. I don't know. We got to get out and we got to see more. The problem is, what events do you go to? What fucking events are even worth going to? And it's hard for me to push people to go to events when we don't have hosts pushing to make quality events.
Hard, yeah.
We've got True Phase in Atlanta. We've got Atlantic Kennels and Hard Body doing that. We've got Bully Supplies does good shows in the Northeast. On the West Coast, I don't know many. We got Feltus out there doing the Vegas shows and the Utah shows. Who do we got in Texas throwing shows? I know Ernest Johnson, Christina Maxwell are throwing a couple of shows. They do decent events. This is just the worst fucking tripod.
Hey, I have a question for everybody. If they could give me your input, I have to do a seminar. Are you guys sick of seminars? Do you still like that? And if you do,
no one likes seminars.
I know. Is it boring? Is it dumb? Maybe I won't do it.
No, everyone likes seminars. We just can't get. We just can't get people that run these organizations to.
I mean, what do you want information?
Do proper
on?
seminars.
Handling.
Nick, don't worry about the camera, Bob. Don't worry about the camera. It's on a tripod. It's not very tripod. It's not very stable for some reason. This spider leg fucking tripod. I don't want to call the brand out because it's shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say the brand of it because it's fucking garbage. But no, but I don't know. I just feel like.
I mean, I would like to hand out something. So
I feel like
it wasn't.
People like the seminar, the informational stuff. It's one of the things that one of the messages that I get the most is thanks for the free information. Thanks for the free knowledge.
I always
thanks
liked
for the
that
free
when
education.
I used to go to a lot of seminars because of my license. I mean, I really loved it.
Right.
Get a handbook and meet new people and whatever. Some parts of it I wasn't really into, but most of it I was.
No, and I think if we made it more consistent, or we got one of the organizations behind, backing, to where we could actually do it properly and do a little tour where we could hit the same cities that were big shows we're in and stuff, and do one attached to maybe a nationals or something like that. I feel like we could get a really good attendance going. But with the sporadic schedule as far as the seminars have been, and the presenters that they've had presenting the fucking seminars, who's going to go to that? Who's going to show up to that? Who's going to show up to hear a 65-year-old white-haired foreign guy talk about the FCI for 45 minutes? I'm not. I don't know 5 people that would. And this is the thing. This is what we got to get. This is what we have to. We have to get through some of these organizations' minds. Is the message is great. I understand you want to send a certain message, but if you don't have the right motherfucker delivering that message, no one cares.
Yeah, right.
And right now, no one cares about educational seminars unless somebody does it that's interesting to fucking listen to.
That's like everything's like that.
Right.
I'm not going to go listen to somebody that's, if I don't know who it is, I'll give them a little bit of time, but, if they don't hold my attention, then,
Yeah, no, I don't want to sit and listen to elderly people explain to me how to fault judge a fucking dog. I don't need that. And none of our people or judges or handlers, none of us need that. We don't need that. We gotta have somebody educating these people on how to recognize a goddamn dog of that breed from 3 blocks away. You know what I'm saying? You look at a dog more than 3 seconds, can't recognize what breed it is.
Yeah.
It's probably not a candidate in your ring, regardless of how it moves. Regardless of how pretty the top
Let me
line
ask
is
you
when
this.
it moves.
Yesterday, I had a lady who saw Shorty Bulls for the first time. And she's like, are those English Frenchie crosses? Because that's what it looks like to me. So.
Are we going to name names? Are we naming names?
No, I don't want to call her out yet. Not yet. Anyway. So my answer was, of course, you'll see similarities. Yeah, there are similarities. Yes, those were, you know, in the ancestry of the breed. Right. But the differences far outnumber them. But you have to look for those because what do you think when you first see it? That's what you think. Frenchish, English.
Well, that's because what that's what you've seen before.
I mean, you're not going to look at it and be like, oh, the underjaw. Nobody's going to do that. Not first. So when people are like,
not the lay person that's walking down the fucking street and sees them. Right.
But I mean, you know, so sometimes the people get offended, like Shorty Bull's not in English.
Of course, you're going to see
but
traits.
You're going to see similarities. Yeah,
you're going to see traits of the ancestors in the fucking breed.
You are, and you should.
And you should.
Yeah, but when you really look at it, you know, you'll see differences.
Oh, big time, big time. And combinations, and I don't know. Yeah, you definitely, if the more you dig in, this is something I've been telling the people that watch my show for a long time. The more you dig into other breeds, the more you're gonna see, the more adept your eye is gonna be to recognizing the differences between each little style within the breed. Like people say, if you go to a Doberman show, they all look like Dobermans. Well, yeah, of course they fucking do. It's a 200-year-old breed or whatever, 600, whatever the fuck year-old breed it is. But what I point out the most is the deeper you dig into that breed, the deeper you dig into Dobermans, the more your eye is going to recognize different styles within that breed and different looks within that breed. So they probably do look like cookie cutters to the layperson walking by that's never seen a Doberman show before.
Right.
But to the judge that's in the ring, the differences stand out just like the differences in American Bullies stand out to someone that's in the ring for an ABKC ring. Or just as the difference between Shorty Bulls stand out to us.
Sure.
You know, same thing, because your eye is educated, your mind's educated, and your eye becomes more adept at recognizing those differences.
You know, and to grow your dog knowledge, what everybody should do is go watch something of a breed that you don't even care for, like you don't even like.
Yep.
And you'll think, I'm not going to learn a thing. I remember mine was standard poodles. I thought, okay, I really don't like standard poodles, I didn't think. And, you know, so I went to a thing, and actually it was very interesting because a standard poodle judge has to judge through all that hair, which can be groomed for illusions.
Yeah, they actually can create illusions with the hair.
Yeah, and so it was way more interesting than I thought. I learned a lot, and I actually changed my mind about poodles. Are very smart.
Fucking beasts of dogs.
Yeah,
beasts
pretty cool dogs. But I wouldn't have just gone. You know, I was trying to expand my knowledge. But I think that's good for everybody to do that, because you can learn things about your breed from doing that, and it's a great experience for you. See how somebody else does it.
Uh-oh.
What?
We're hitting Raccoon Road. That means we got to shut this motherfucker down, people.
I thought we were going to hit a raccoon.
Short episode this week. Just some bullshit from Jamie Sweet and I while we drive to the airport. We're going to probably do another one this weekend. I'm around all weekend. I know you are too. Didn't do one last week, so I think we should actually put